podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.
Hello.
And welcome to Film
Bastards. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome people to episode 440 of Film Bastards. I am one of your co-hosts, Matt Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Becky Foster. Hello, everyone.
And
Ian Loring. Just shit myself there thinking I didn't record the previous bit, but I did. We're good.
boom. Yeah. What do we have this week? Well, we finally have the movie Morbius.
It exists?
It exists, we think. Unless it's all some big elaborate fucking...
Maybe they just put you in the movie theatre and then, pump loads of, hallucinogenic shit.
Yeah, we've all seen a different fucking movie. That's why there's wildly different opinions about it. Yeah, we've all just been literally just fucking hilfing in venom.
Yeah.
And we're also going to chat the Netflix Judd Apatow movie, The Bubble.
Yay!
Big thumbs up there. We're not going to chat Sonic because we didn't get a chance to watch it, did we? So
Ian can.
Ian can chat Sonic, but we're not.
I'm away next week, so we could just do Sonic as a main review this week, unless you guys.
Yeah, I am very up for that because we still want to actually see Sonic, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, just watch Sonic over the weekend. We'll talk about it next week. It's fine.
Boom. Right. So we're also going to have the usual bits. What we've been watching, trailers, probably some tangents, questions, our question for you, and bits like that. We're a Pod Syndicate podcast. If you want to go and listen to the Pod Syndicate podcast, then go and find them. They're Change Related Punter, they're His Film Her Movie, Iron Sequel, and other bits like that. So go out and listen to those because they're good podcasts too. Ian, what's been happening in the movie news this week?
Ezra Miller's in a bit of hot water. A scoop came out earlier this afternoon that Warner Brothers top brass had a meeting following his arrest for being drunk and disorderly, where they've basically said that they're putting all his future projects on pause. All their future projects on pause. Sorry. Ezra Miller identifies as non-binary, and it's forgive me. I know that can piss off some people. So they were arrested for being drunk and disorderly. I saw a very, very funny tweet where it was like, right, okay, so here's a sample from the next Flash film where Ezra Miller's Flash basically says, "Oh, I've got to go into the Speed Force to blah blah blah," and they go. And then they come back, and it's Mike Feist, and it's just like, right, where were we?
The thing is, I think it'd get a big cheer.
Yeah. And this is the thing, right? I feel very, very bad for the LGBTQ a demographic. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but they're people that one of the kind of the biggest representations of those folks at the moment, in pop culture, is fucking Ezra Miller. They just seem like a dickhead, and I know we've said that before, but it just. Their agent is fucking incredible to get them the position that they've got, and all they're doing with it is spitting in people's eyes. Apparently, a temporary restraining order was taken out against them about from a couple because they said that I'm not doing that on purpose, I swear. They said that they were going to bury this guy, and were following the couple home and things like that. And it's just with that and the Will Smith thing. I mean, it just there's that kind of sense of entitlement is really, really starting to rub me up the wrong way. And it's like, if people are going to get fucking cancelled, let them be cancelled for being dickheads.
Yeah.
Not for, like, saying something inadvertently that offensive on social media that they didn't mean, or they didn't really have a full kind of, like, rounded experience of what these people they were talking about were going into or something. Dickheads can be cancelled because they're dickheads.
The thing is...
And Ezra Miller is a dickhead.
Yes, they are. But also as well, they don't have as big a career as people would think.
No, they just star in weirdly big things.
But since 2016... So you're talking the past, 6 years. They've only played 2 characters. The one that he's in for Fantastic Beasts and The Flash. Hasn't been in anything else.
Really?
At all.
Really?
Yep.
How the fuck does that happen?
Yep. Realistically, actually, really, post We Need to Talk About Kevin has been in, 3 or 4 things. Yeah. So, 2016, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, and Fantastic Beasts. 2017, Justice League. 2018, Fantastic Beasts. 2021, Zack Snyder's Justice League, a movie that doesn't actually exist. I'm not saying this. What is it? There's a film called Asking for It, which is a movie that's just never been released.
Oh, okay.
I don't even think it's been finished.
Yeah.
And then this year, Fantastic Beasts, and then next year, The Flash.
Wild. I mean, like I say, their agent is incredible, and it kind of seems like, what are they doing in between their downtime? Being a dickhead.
Yep.
Or fully here for Mike Feist taking over.
Well, it is now starting to come out, isn't it, that they were a nightmare on set.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've specified was never violent or abusive to anybody, but was just really difficult to work with.
From a mental health point of view, I hope they're okay, but there seems to be a pattern of just being a dick.
Yeah, occasionally I think you have to look at them and go, maybe they are just a dickhead.
Speaking of hope they're okay, Taron Egerton's had to pull out of... I know it's play, but he's a film star. So Taron Egerton's had to pull out that play that he was in, that he fainted on stage.
Yeah.
Hope he's okay.
We do, because we like Taron.
We do.
He seems like a good, good dude.
He's got some juicy thighs.
He does have some meaty thighs, yeah. Any other movie news? Been fairly... I think everything's kind of...
Loads of Will Smith shit's getting
Loads
cancelled.
of Will Smith. I did see one thing that wasn't Will Smith related, but was kind of Oscars related.
Okay.
That made me kind
Something happened at the Oscars that wasn't Will Smith punching Chris
Some
Rock?
films won awards, apparently.
Fuck me. No
Yeah.
way.
Apparently, yeah.
Wow.
So Amy Schumer did a stand-up a few days after, and during her stand-up spoke about some of the jokes that the Academy wouldn't let her say. And one of them was some joke she was going to crack about something being something in a film being almost as dangerous as being behind Alec Baldwin's prop gun. And she's like, and they wouldn't let me say that. And it's like, no, I can absolutely see why they wouldn't let you say that.
Yeah.
Not only that, you should have kept that one to yourself.
Yeah, someone literally died. Fuck off,
because
Amy.
somebody literally died that worked within your industry. I am glad your career is an absolute fucking toilet wreck.
Yeah, all these kinds of things are just like, okay, these people have all been cooped up like we all have for a very, very long time, and it's like, as some of them, is it just like the mask is slipping, and it's just like, I've got attention again, is it that?
No, I think there's an element of, I think there's certain people that have just always been arseholes. Now I just think everyone else is just a little bit sick of covering for them. I think people are now going, do you know what? Don't have time for this bullshit.
Yeah.
So, it's on the Will Smith thing, I was just reading that now that he's resigned from the Academy, they've moved up the meeting that they were going to have to discuss possible sanctions. Apparently, because now he's no longer a member of the Academy, they don't have to give as much notice. So it's happening on the 8th, so Friday. And it'll be interesting because, like, he resigned from the Academy, which basically means, oh no, he can't vote.
Yeah.
So...
They're gonna ban him from like attending the Academy Awards for a couple of years, aren't they? They're not going to take his Oscar.
They should do.
No, yeah, and that's the thing they should do. There is no way he can come back and present Best Actress next year. There is no way. And it will be interesting though because Apple have got his next film that he did with Antoine Fuqua, Emancipation. Which, that title alone is like, shit, that would probably be a bit of an Oscar botherer. Like, what's going to happen with that now? Sony have pumped the brakes on Bad Boys 4. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this all ends up now. I mean, that Jaden Smith's, like, this is how we do it tweet, aged like milk in the middle of a volcano. Like, spectacular fucking tweet. No, and like the more you look at it, and it is interesting that fuck all people are coming out supporting Will Smith. I mean, to be fair, not a lot of people are coming out in support of Chris Rock either. But it's probably because he's keeping his fucking mouth shut. He's keeping his cancel, and he was, on balance, the wronged one.
Yeah, I thought he's come out and kind of spoken about it, hasn't he, and said that for now he's not going to speak about it.
Yeah, he's come out and spoken about it to say he's not going to speak about it.
Yeah, but like he's not like completely not addressed it, but he has said, look, for now I'm not going to talk about it. But I just want to crack on with this tour that I've got.
But it's mad that people are now coming out and going like, oh, I didn't agree with like him being allowed to stay, blah blah blah. But it's just, fuck me, man. He just like, I know I talked about it last week, but him partying at that after party and posing for pictures and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's
yeah. Zoe Kravitz commented on that, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, what did she say?
She posted a picture on her Instagram, I think, it's saying, this is the dress I wore at the party, where apparently we let people who assault people just dance around and have fun.
What did she say? About
like it.
Here's a picture of my dress at the awards show where we are apparently assaulting people on stage now. And here's a picture of my dress at the party after the awards show where we are apparently assaulting people on stage now. She just put the same thing.
Fuck me. I mean, that they can't have him back next year. They're going to do everything they fucking can to. They're going to go. The thing is, now it's a question of do they just go extremely in the other direction, and then are people going to push back against that, going, well, that's too much.
The problem is if they kick him out, right? If they take his Oscar back off him, people straight away will go, hang on a minute. Yes, what he did was wrong, but you literally gave Roman Polanski an Oscar whilst technically he was a fugitive in the country where he received the Oscar.
Which is why they won't.
Yeah.
Because they can't. They'll be fucking pilloried for that. Like, he won it, and to be fair, now it's a forever reminder that he fucking won it. And then, and that was the night. You know, like, I think it's good that it's not airbrushing the history of you know, well, now we've just given it to Benedict Cumberbatch and he's the official one in the record books or whatever. You know, it's like, no, Will Smith won Best Actor and did that.
Yeah, that's it. If you were one of the other nominees, you'd be like, nah, I'm all right. Mm-hmm. I'll try and win one, you know, normally.
And it is annoying because he is good in King Richard. Like, that's the thing. It's like, when he won the Oscar, it was like, yeah, do you know what? Fair enough. Like, performance-wise. That, you know, it's not necessarily one that did feel like a career award. Yeah, very, very disappointing. It'll be, I don't know. It's just, it's like, and again, with Miller, Ezra Miller, you know, it's just the sense of entitlement about the whole thing. It's like, I can go up there, I can slap him, I can say this shit, and I'll get away with it. And it looked like he was. And I'm glad that fucking tide turned. It'll be interesting to see what comes out on Friday after this meeting.
I reckon it'll be expulsion from the academy for 3 years, and we want our gift bag back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they say he'll be ineligible for 3 years or something like that. So like this film that Apple have already spent over $100 million for is fucked.
I don't think that's really that kind of film. It's like an action thriller.
But it's like they were talking about giving it a campaign.
I would say that Apple will now be giving their campaign to Killers of the Flower Moon instead.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the I'm telling you, Killers of the Flower Moon versus The Killer next year.
Yeah,
that'll do. I got a boner for Fincher, that's for sure. Hard on! Fuck, I did it again!
I was going to say, did it again. What trailers have we watching this week?
That'll only make sense to patrons, by the way.
Yeah, we'll do that. And while we're on it, patrons, we're currently covering the English language films of Paul Verhoeven. We've just recently done a series of Michael Mann. There's other series on there. So $2 a month gets you extra shows and a whole back catalogue of very random shows that you might want to listen to. So yeah, so head across to Patreon/Film-Bastards and you can subscribe there. There is just one package and it's $2 a month. That's it.
Indeed. It's a very, very girthy package these days.
Yes, yeah. We try and make sure we're giving the people what they want. More bollocksy shit from us.
Yeah.
Trailers. What we got? Have we got any?
No.
Operation Mincemeat. Terrible title for a film.
Yeah.
Terrible title for a film. For what actually looks like it could be a fairly fun movie, but does look a little bit like it's going to be another one of those, why are we so obsessed with the fucking Second World War in this country?
Just move on, guys.
There's an element of that now.
This comes out next Friday, and, you know, I'm looking forward to going to Spain, especially considering the fact that apparently it's going to be pissing down for a couple of days next week. Like, Donna's fuming. I do actually feel really bad for the girls, but I'm just like, yeah, this is all right. But yeah, like, so I'm looking forward to Spain. Not looking forward to Kiki going to a kennel for a week. That's not going to be great. That's happening tomorrow, and I'm not emotionally prepared for it. But when we get back, I am very, very looking forward to doing a double bill on the Saturday of Operation Mincemeat and The Northman. It's going to be two very, very different films. But I'm really fucking looking forward to it. I think this looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks fun. It just looks like it looks quite capery. It's the thing is, if you had told me the film and said it's Operation Mincemeat, and you told me the cast and a brief little summation of what it was about, I'd be like, I don't want to watch that. It sounds terrible. And then I watched it, I was like, this looks all right. I'm all right with this. I'll happily watch this. Next.
Yeah.
Sure.
After the trailer, you said it looked alright.
Looks alright.
Not trying that cool.
Just Colin Firth, innit? Just go away, Colin.
Do you know what? I don't mind Colin Firth now.
I don't mind him when he's doing stuff that seems fun. So when he tries to do his worthy shit, this looks like it's maybe straddling a line.
He's done less worthy shit though in recent years. He's tended to do more of the fun stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think a serious man, not a serious man,
Single.
a single man. Serious man was the Coen Brothers one, wasn't it? Single man. I think that kind of turned my tide on Colin Firth a little bit. Partially because he just looked fucking magnificent in that movie.
Fair enough.
What else? Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
No. Fuck off A24.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about the trailer. I'm so offended by how awful it looks. So yeah.
It does look like a lot of people are going to really tell me how wonderful and
how deep and meaningful.
Yeah. And I'm just going, nah, fuck off.
I am very excited about the fact that every time we go to the cinema right now, the Northman trailer plays.
No, I'm still in that place of going, I am sick of seeing the same 5 trailers every fucking time I go to the cinema.
Fair enough.
It's the hype on the Northman is getting very, very real on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very worried that by the time we actually get to see it, there will be the backlash against the hype already. It feels like one where film Twitter are setting it up as this is going to be our martyr to complain when it doesn't do very well about why this was a brilliant film. But to a mainstream audience, it's going to be, what the fuck?
The thing is, the one thing I will say about that is, because I was thinking the same, is how does
I'm pumped for it, to be clear. I'm fucking sorry, but
I'm very pumped for it, but I was thinking, but how is this getting such a wide release? However, what I will say is, the every time I've seen the trailer in a cinema that's had other people in there, I've already heard people turning around and going, yes, about that movie.
I mean, like, $90 million budget, which is fucking insane. Good on Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
And it's like, if this pulls off, like, it feels like it's one that could just ride a wave all the way through the year when it comes to, like, awards season. Like, if they actually manage to get that fucking Venn diagram of critically loved and commercially loved, you know, and then like the Oscars are like, holy shit, we've got one.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting. It's like that Everything Everywhere All at Once, which actually, this made me laugh. It's not film news, but did you guys see one of the co-directors keeps on replying to people about like, please calm down, like I you know, the word is scary. Can you please calm down? And it's like somebody like really passive aggressively said like, I just seen it. I thought it was all right, but I didn't think it was the best film ever made. And like the guy just like the director just replied to him going, yeah, that's great. I don't think it's the best film ever made either. So thank you. You know, it's like. It's brilliant, and it's like I'm really, really looking forward to that. But again, that feels like one. It's getting a wide release in the US this weekend, and that one, it seems like if it's going to get across enough eyeballs and enough people enjoy it, and maybe that one could Venn diagram that as well. But it does feel like the Northman could be the one where it's like it's badass enough for people, like for the more mainstream audience to enjoy it. But it still gets that critical attention, you know, and
it's the thing is, it's also it's date movieable for like not film obsessives like we are, but your general, what is it? Because you'll have I'm being very, very stereotypical, but that is what generic audiences can be. Where you will have the guy will go, yeah, I'll go and see that 'cause it's got fucking axe and shit in it, right? And when the girlfriend goes, like that, and go, that Skarsgård guy from that film, that TV show you used to watch,
True Blood.
He rocks around without his shirt on, and she'll be like, yeah,
Amazing.
fair enough then.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
And Ethan Hawke.
I don't think the hawkers need an excuse to go and see something that looks pretentious, Becky.
He's a dilf.
Is he though?
Yeah.
I think he's a dilf who's going to get dead in the first 15 minutes of that film.
Yeah, but then be haunting him for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Looks fucking great.
Yeah, that and Operation Mincemeat. It's going to be a hell of a double bill.
We've got one other one.
I don't think I've got any.
Got another one.
Oh.
Duel.
Yeah. See, I think this looks quite interesting, but after another movie that we watched this week, Karen Gillan can fuck right off.
Controversial, but we'll come to that.
Did you watch Oculus?
We wish. Duel, yeah, where she is her character is diagnosed terminally ill, and in the world that this exists in, if you're diagnosed terminally ill, you can have a clone made of you that takes over your life when you die. But then it turns out that they misdiagnosed her, but they can't have two, so they have to have a duel to the death.
Really? Is that the plot?
That's the plot.
That sounds great. What's the trailer like?
The problem is with the film is
The trailer's really good, Ian.
It's made by Riley Stevens, who did Faults and The Art of Self-Defense. I quite like The Faults, but I really didn't like Art of Self-Defense.
I don't think I've seen either of those.
And I do have a feeling that sometimes Riley Stevens just overtly attempts to be off-kilter rather than just being an off-kilter director. And that grates like a motherfucker with me. So I'm intrigued by this, but worried because of who directs it.
But it's a good trailer.
It's an alright trailer.
Okay.
The premise sounds good, is what I would say.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like The Art of Self-Defense. I can tell why, just by looking at the fucking cast list, because you don't like Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg is
Yeah,
shit.
that's some fucking mark-triggering
Yeah,
shit.
it really fucking is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You fuck off with your trash opinions.
I don't like people, right, who are in movies that don't like movies. What?
You like that other one about Facebook that he's in?
Right, I'm allowed to like some of his movies, that's fine.
Okay. And Zombieland.
I don't mind Zombieland, yeah. So you've just disproved your own point.
But if anyone says, oh, Jesse Eisenberg's in it, you're like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, usually. And I'm usually right. The thing is, I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he's a good actor. But I just don't like The Art of Self-Defense. It's boring. It's just a really boring movie. It's a really boring movie that thinks it's loads better than it is. Anyone for any more trailers? No?
Nope.
Boom, let's go.
Nah, we're good.
Right. We have an appointment, don't we? We have an appointment with Dr Michael Morbius. So Morbius is a film, apparently, although we all just could be having a collective fever dream. There's one more after this, isn't there? One more of the pre-COVID made films. Top Gun, and that's it. What is Morbius about? Biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead.
As you do.
I mean, to be fair, he doesn't inadvertently. He very vertently injects himself with that shit.
I don't think he realises it's going to make him a vampire, though.
That's true. Hang on a sec, 2 seconds. Hey Siri, can you turn on the light in the bedroom, please? There we go. Sorry.
So yeah, so film is directed by Daniel Espinosa and stars Jared Leto, Matt Smith, Jared Harris, Tyrese Gibson, and Adria Yahona.
Yona.
Yona? Know that?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go with that. So, Morbius. Ian, how did you get on with your appointment with Dr. Michael Morbius?
I can barely remember it, if I'm honest. I watched it on Friday afternoon. I'm going to fucking struggle, I think.
Ian, can I ask you a further question then? Is that because
sure.
nothing fucking happens in this movie?
Like, honestly, the only things I particularly remember are the opening and closing titles.
They're really good titles, aren't they?
Fucking great. They are great.
Can I ask a question? Right. I watched this earlier today.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Tyrese Gibson.
Yeah.
In the trailer, he had a bionic arm, didn't he?
I don't think so.
But he was talking about it in interviews, a year or two ago, and was talking about wait till you see the kind of the shit I'm doing with my arm in this.
Oh, hang on! It says Stroud has a high-tech weapons-grade arm
And
in
he
the film.
fucking has it in one of the trailers. His arm gets cut off or something in one of the trailers.
Does
That
it?
clearly did not.
For
make
sure,
it.
in one of the first trailers, his arm gets blown off.
Look, I mean, this is the thing with Morbius, right? This fucking film, shot before the pandemic. I think maybe they did some reshoots and stuff during it all. But it's it's the biggest fucking shrug of a film, and yet has been held for so long. And it's when did they go, right, you can't do any more? Because I remember, No Time to Die, Kerry Joji Fukunaga was interviewed, and, somebody said, well, with the delay, are you tempted to futz with it anymore? And he was just no, we're done. The film is done. I'm not going to be touching it again. With this, it felt like Daniel Espinosa had been fucking editing it until, 2 minutes before the premiere.
I think there's a possibility that everyone's seeing different versions of it because he's still fucking editing it.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Again, I'm going to throw the question out to both of you. From the trailers, because we all remember the trailers because we've been watching it for the past 9 months at the cinema, right? Did you expect the bit where he gets in the helicopter and goes to the bats to literally be one of the first fucking scenes in the movie? Or do you think it would happen at least 10-15 minutes in?
Yeah, probably thought it would be a bit later in, yeah.
Yeah. When that happened, I thought...
25 years earlier.
Yeah. I was right, so that's literally the start of the movie is this. Clearly, this film has been edited to fuck.
Look, I mean, so this is the thing. I don't think this is Daniel Espinosa's fault.
Nope.
Obviously... There was shit that they shot, and that, which wasn't in the film, and that guy is being classy enough and is playing the game enough to just go, yeah, this is the film, and it feels like by the time you get to the third act, every other scene has been cut out.
Yeah.
The relationship between Morbius and the love interest, where they kind of start off a little bit flirty, but not really, and then in the third act they're kissing. That came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Jared Harris, it felt like his character was... It doesn't feel like in the original version of this film that his character was just the kindly old helper.
Yeah,
it felt like there was
more.
Yeah, that there was going to be something else to him, and yet here we are. The only one who seems to actually have their role pretty much intact, I'd say, is probably Matt Smith. And I'll be honest, I thought Matt Smith might have been the best performance in the film. I'm not massive on Matt Smith usually, but he was just having fun here, and that's kind of what you want, but nobody else is.
Well, Bex, you actually quite liked Morbius, didn't you?
I did, yeah, but I'm not going to talk about it because you both clearly hated it.
No, I did. No, look, to be clear, I didn't hate it. It's just a shrug.
It's just a bit crap. But you quite. But I like the fact that you liked it. What did you like about it? Or what didn't you like about it, Becky?
I didn't like Matt Smith. And I
all right. Okay.
You like Matt Smith,
yeah. No, I just thought it was too cartoony. It didn't suit the tone of the film, though.
But I think
it suited the tone of the film I wanted to watch.
I think Matt Smith understood the assignment more than everybody else.
But the assignment is what it is presented as. You can't just read the comic books and go, that's the Milo that I want to be, and then just completely disregard the tone the film's going for.
I think Matt Smith was the only person who at the end of it was like, I think I know where this is going.
How did he start off as like this super posh kid in a private health facility and end up as just Matt Smith doing his normal Cockney voice?
Which isn't even his real voice.
Yeah, but it's his normal voice for stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he is a posh boy.
It's the, I don't want everyone to work out that I am from a wealthy background
he wants
voice.
to come off as like a fucking ragamuffin,
Yeah.
but he ain't. But that's the voice he normally does. He'd be better off doing his normal voice.
Yeah.
In this. No, I really liked it. I liked the story. I thought it was like visually, I thought it was really good. Jared Leto's pretty. So it's that.
I liked the pulsing stuff.
Yeah. Like the echo thing. I like the bit where he summons the bats as well by putting his hand in the thing and making it vibrate. I thought that was really good. I like the fact that they've clearly, really, really intentionally given him a black coat with a purple lining so that when he does his stuff, it's like purple smoke. How can we get some colour in here? It needs to be purple lining.
I do just have to say, did you guys notice when he enters that chamber with the bats, it literally goes, ba ba, like you're watching a fucking scene from Batman Begins.
Yes, I did notice that. It happens as well earlier on as well. There's another one where something happens with bats and it does sound like it's aping the Batman theme.
Yeah.
Made me laugh for a solid 30 seconds, that did. I really enjoyed that bit.
I will say, I think the best thing about Morbius, because I didn't hate it, I was really bored and nearly fell asleep at one point, is genuinely, and I think it has to really be good for this to stand out. But the fucking sound mix on it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was.
Like, genuinely, really fucking good.
It was. There was some good surround action going on for it. Yeah, you're right.
The sound
you're right.
The sound mix were fucking brilliant for it.
I mean, look, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It felt like a sub-Blade late 90s, early noughties comic book film. And, that there is some joy to be had in that.
I think if this had been like a film that I had just, for some reason, not got to, from like 1999 or 2001, and I watched it one night at home, I'd be like, I'm alright with this, this is fun.
Look, I'll say, if there's like a 2.25 hour director's cut that fleshes things out a bit more, I'd watch it. Yeah. You know, like having Tyrese Gibson in that role, and it's just that, is like, let's see what else there was.
Yeah, it feels, and again, don't blame David Espinosa for this, but it does feel like a film that has been trimmed to absolute fuck.
It's just, odd. And Bex, I mean, that's the thing. I'm glad you enjoy. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's not like it's not like a West Side Story kind of argument where I'm like, why the fuck didn't you two enjoy this? Like, but the opposite. You know, it's like I absolutely understand. And the thing is, like you said, Jared Leto's pretty. I mean, just putting it out there in that kind of just like big flashy Hollywood films. To it, like there is an extent of it where it's just like you're watching beautiful people on screen. Yeah, you know, like it does have that element to it as well. That third act, just like the way it ends, and it's like, right, he's bitten her, and now is she going to come back? Well, no, she hasn't. But then, right, she comes back right at the end, and like, okay, so we're going to have Lady Morbius as well now, and why is that happening? And I don't know why. Like, what will happen in the sequel? Will it just be like Venom or Spider-Man will be in it? Is that what they're going to do? Because that feels like what they're going to do with that mid-credits bit.
Oh yeah. Do you know what I want from this? I want Venom to think that that Dr. Michael Morbius is a psychologist and not like a biologist, and so to constantly try and get him to sort out Venom and Eddie's issues.
The thing is, they're all swapping universes, aren't they, because of the multiverse shit that's going on. And obviously, because what's his name? Michael Keaton's character is in one of the...
he's in Homecoming, yeah.
Yeah, which is Tom Holland.
Which is MCU.
But then he's obviously not where he's meant to be, so he's not in the Tom Holland universe, so whose universe is he in? Because someone's theorised that this might be Sony's way of giving Andrew Garfield his last movie. His third.
Yeah.
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
I don't know. I mean, I'll watch it. I don't know if I want to watch it though. I'll just leave it.
Andrew Garfield's like sad Spider-Man, isn't he? He's like a depressing, low-key Spider-Man.
But if he's got that energy that he had in No Way Home, I think I'd be up for it. If it's the energy of that, not the energy of like post-Gwen Stacy death in Amazing Spider-Man 2, then hell yeah, let's go.
It is going to be interesting to see what happens with the Sony CU.
Yeah, and it's like whether this is going to like slightly derail it as well, because it opened well enough. I think it did like 83 million worldwide this weekend, which is a decent enough opening, but it's probably going to crater this weekend just because of the competition in the US. Sonic 2 and Dumbledore's Secrets 3 Fantastic Coats is out. So, you know, you've got a lot of vying for attention there. Over here, you've got Fantastic Secrets 3 Dumbledore's Beasts as well. So, there's just a lot going on out there.
I think that what Sony will do will go, okay, Morbius hasn't done appalling, it's just not done as well as we'd hoped, but everybody loves Venom.
This is the thing. It's like, at this point, do they do some sort of villain team up film led by Venom, but then Venom battles them? Because that's the thing. It's like, now you've had two Venom films where Venom, like, Eddie is a good guy, so it would be kind of fucking weird to have Venom teaming up with Michael Keaton. Him and Jared Leto would make
Morbius
sense.
Isn't really a bad guy, is he?
No, exactly. You know, and it just that mid-credits bit where it's just like, you know, Spider-Man's causing some trouble. We should team up. Yeah, that sounds interesting. What? Why is Morbius pissed off with Spider-Man?
Yeah, that don't make a lot of sense.
Like, but seriously, like, what? Like, why? Why is he? Does he know who Spider-Man is?
There's a lot of questions to be asked,
and it's just like Jared Leto's performance there at the end, where it's just like, interesting, and then it just cut. It was almost like the projector just ran out of film footage.
The whole film's a bit like that for me. It's just a bit like, I did feel like there was just so much missing.
It is bitty, yeah.
And then the last, the big fight at the end, I was watching it going, I can't really make out most of what's going on here. It's well dark.
Did you get, when you went and ordered your new glasses the other day, did you get a quick test done while you were there?
No.
Probably should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only been a year since my last one. Yeah. Well, so where are you, Becky, with it then? Are you definitely not shit?
Definitely not shit. Or possibly Geostorm.
I think you're definitely not shit. I think you actually enjoyed it, which
I
is
really
cool.
did enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck both of you.
Well, that's a fair point.
Look, I mean...
I'm only playing.
Look, definitely shit, but, I've said this oftentimes, it's one where it's like, if it's in my worst 10 at the end of the year, I would have had a pretty good year. Yeah,
I'm the same there. It's shit, but it's not like... I'm not offended by it.
God no.
If when it comes out to watch on home release, there's an extended, like you say, 2 hour 15-minute version of it that adds 20 more minutes of Morbius into it, then yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I'd give an extended cut a go. 100%.
Yeah. Our audience poll. Definitely not shit, 11%. Touching cloth, 0%. Shit, 78%.
Wow.
This might be our shittest movie. And Geostorm, 11%.
Oh, I don't know, the poll for the next one could be interesting.
That's not quite there.
Really?
Oh, okay.
CS3P Combat. Player 1, choose your character.
Tired of film and television podcasts where the hosts exist in a blissful state of agreement?
Stronger. Player 2, choose your character.
Well, you're in luck.
Punter. Round 1, fight!
Allow me to introduce you to the Chinstroker vs. Punter podcast, featuring 2 film and television fans from Birmingham, England, who enjoy their media in very different ways.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of the plot of Blue Velvet.
The plot. I mean, the main characters are 2 of the dullest main characters I have ever encountered in any film.
So join us as we catch up on what we've been watching from our own very different perspectives.
Double KO. Round 2, fight!
You can find us at csvsp.libsyn.com, also on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all the places that podcasts can be found.
Just really
It's not visually striking.
No.
Just getting confirmation.
It's just in That's the 3rd time, though. I mean, is this on?
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever? Putting 4 and 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified.
And they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, the Dark Knight has got like all the orphans and like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film-related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right, guys. So, The Bubble is written and directed by Judd Apatow, and it is about... what is it about? Let's find out, because I've just accidentally typed in Judd Apatow rather than The Bubble to find out what it's about. A group of actors and actresses stuck inside a pandemic bubble at a hotel attempts to complete a film. I mean, that kind of is what it's about, really.
Kind of is.
Yeah. It's not that much, really, more about it. But who does it have in it? Karen Gillan is there. Pedro Pascal, Leslie Mann, Fred Armisen, David Duchovny, Keegan-Michael Kay, Kate McKinnon, Gus Kahn, Peter Serafinowicz, get that out, Rob Delaney, and other people turn up. John Cena turns up. Beck turns up. Yeah, there's some weird shit going on in this movie. Yeah. Also, Iris Apatow is in this one.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not Maud this time. It's Iris. Ian, The Bubble.
Yeah, if Morbius is a shrug of a film, this is a wet fart of a film. Quite liked The King of Staten Island.
Yeah, I like The King of Staten Island. Yeah, it was a good film.
Yeah. Don't know what the fuck he was doing here. This is just... Oh, Netflix, will you give me some money to make a film? Yeah, what's it about? COVID, bubbles. Cool. Alright then. One of the most fucking self-satisfied... Like, kind of infuriating in how it's so smug.
Yeah.
But is also trying to send up elements of Hollywood where it's just like, but you're just as bad.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Like, by the time we get to the fucking extended montages of his daughter doing a fucking TikTok video where all the other actors had to fucking learn choreography, I'm sure she probably thought up herself, and his fucking wife roller skating. I'm so fucking glad that Judd Apatow is impressed with his wife's roller skating skills. That's great.
I promise.
I don't need to fucking watch that.
I promise. I said to Becky after we finished watching this, there is two things I will take away from this film. One, Judd Apatow doesn't think that his kids have any attention span beyond a minute. And two, Leslie Mann learned how to roller skate during lockdown.
Yeah, in it though.
Yeah. It's the thing is, we know the principal cast. We know them because they are well-known names there. I think a couple of them are actually quite entertaining in this movie, and I was fine with them. Some of them I just thought they were bland. The lesser-known ones, to me anyway, that might be known really well to the people because they might be in stuff that I just don't watch. The guy who played the COVID safety officer, I've not seen him in anything, so I don't know what he is to anybody at all. But at one point during the movie, I literally turned to Bex and said, "Sorry, when did like the key point about being a comedian being that you had to be funny? When did that end?"
Sure.
He's not funny at all. Like, and I was watching it, this can't just be me watching this and going, being slightly awkward and a bit weird looking and leaning forward a lot every time you say something, because that's what's awkward, is the fact that you lean forward when you're about to say something. It was like he was a human fucking rocking horse, and every time he was about to say something, he had to lean forward. Like, fuck off. It's... Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Netflix must have been like, fuck yeah, we'll fund the new Judd Apatow film with that cast.
Yep.
You know, absolutely. All right, but this is the thing about Netflix. We decry the fact that films disappear on Netflix, but for Netflix, that must be such a fucking blessing sometimes. Like, this can just be buried.
Yep.
You know, this was just last week's bit of new content. Didn't work, never mind. You know, but like it's a bit of a theme running through tonight's show. But like talking earlier on about like the sense of entitlement in like Hollywood. You've got this film which is 2 hours of bits put together. You know, like where by the end we're supposed to be on the side of all these people trying to get off this movie set because why?
Yeah.
I don't know why we want them to leave. They were making a film and being paid well.
It was
I mean, if it was because they were forced to watch Beck projected against a fucking screen, I kind of understand that.
It's just everything else, every other layer that they added to... The thing is, the original idea of the movie, like the base idea of the movie, I was like, do you know what? I'm alright with that. If this is just a section of vignettes of amusing, quirky things happening within this hotel about this fake movie that's being made, then I'm alright with that. You know, all of these people individually can be funny enough to get away with that. But the fact that they kept adding these other bits into it, so you didn't just get one TikTok dance routine and bits like that. There was a couple, and the first one was actually quite fun and entertaining. But then the whole thing about Pedro Pascal and Mia Baklova, that just you know, the case when you watch something, you go, was that, at what point was that funny on the page? Because at no point does any of that land whatsoever, or even have an actual joke within it. It's just... It's not very funny at all. And the montages. The first montage where you get just Karen Gillan in isolation is fine. But then when you have the next montage where it's all of them, but majority of it is Leslie Mann roller skating, it's just a bit... It's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yep.
My key bit that I will take away from this movie is it's really, really, really boring for a large amount of the runtime. I think Cliff B 6 would have been a better movie than this.
Yes, quite. Yeah, it's just watching it and honestly just being like, what do you mean I've only been watching it for 40 minutes? What do you mean I've only been watching it for an hour? What do you mean I've only been watching it for an hour and a quarter?
Yeah, it was that kind of thing. Bex paused it to go and grab a drink at one point, and she paused it, and I thought there's probably only like 35-40 minutes left. And we were 30 minutes into it, and I was like, how? And the thing is, at that point, I wasn't not liking it. I was alright with it. I just thought it had been on for a lot longer, and then it made me worry because I was starting to not like it. And I mean, Kate McKinnon I was first introduced to Kate McKinnon in the Ghostbusters, the Paul Feig Ghostbusters movie, and thought she was great in it, and still think she's great in it. And then everything I've seen after her being in, she is one note as fuck, and it's not a funny one.
No, I mean, every single fucking role that she does is person who's saying insincere things.
Yeah. And kind of just like lifting her shoulders up and having a wig and kind of moving in weird kind of motions.
Yeah.
Like somebody awkwardly dancing and smiling and just kind of laughing. And everything I've seen of her on SNL is that. So the outlier is her being fun in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's and the thing is now it's like she's in the SNL cast, but she only really turns up when she wants to. I watch quite a lot of SNL on YouTube. There are bits of SNL. When Simu Liu was on, they did one where they create like a dog soldier, which was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. Like there are moments where SNL is great, but literally Kate McKinnon seems to only rock up when the host is someone she likes.
I'm very much one of those people who is very much with the SNL thing of it's nowhere near as funny as people will always tell me it is.
Yeah, no, which is fine. You know, it's I enjoy Weekend Update. I quite like the relationship that Colin Jost and Michael Che have together. Michael Che's apparently going to be leaving at the end of this season, and that's sad. I do enjoy him a great deal, but yeah, I mean, you got Fred Armisen here, who is. People seem to find Fred Armisen funny, and I've never quite understood that.
I'm in the same place as you with it.
Yeah, and it's I thought
I think Duchovny and Karen Gillan are doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Duchovny looks like he's going to break like often in this, which I found quite endearing. Like he kind of seems like he just enjoyed his time there.
Yeah,
and it was like, yeah, do you know what? Fair enough. I quite enjoyed the drug sequence where they had all those faces superimposed on them.
I did, but when it just became too many faces, it's like Judd Apatow just got a little bit too overexcited.
Yeah, no, I mean they overplayed it, but I thought it was all right, and I don't know, like the Karen Gillan, like the boyfriend who. Like, it just forgets about her straight away, and then like the whole house sitting bit, but then like his new girlfriend's there. Like, I don't know. I thought that was all right, and then the whole thing with the footballer, you know. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because like the Karen Gillan being horny is something that I just enjoy watching. I don't know. It could really just be that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that whole thing. Whether I think you can tell a film is bad or has lost me when at that moment, when she first runs into the Betis player, I turn out to Bex and was like, if they'd been at training or whatever, they wouldn't be in their full actual kit. It'd be in a training top.
I mean, you make a good point.
It's like, usually I'd accuse you of nitpicking, but yeah, you're right. I was like, it's not like football teams don't fucking market their training tops like a lot. And so I was a little bit like that, but it almost feels a little bit with that. It's like, Betis? Really? That is either a specific choice by Judd Apatow, and I want to know why.
It feels like he probably asked Pedro Pascal, who's your favourite football team?
Yeah. And Pascal went Betis, which you could see, but there's another world where it was like, yeah, Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG all said no.
Well, there is also that, yeah. But no,
I can't see Barcelona saying no, because I think at this point in time, if you had said to Barcelona, "Can we have one of your? Can we just have a fake player from you and just in your kit?" For this movie, now they'd be like, yeah, how much? And if Netflix went, I don't know, we'll give you a tenner, they'd go, yeah, we could use that tenner right now. We really could use that tenner right now.
Yeah, quite. I don't know. I mean, like, I thought Pedro Pascal was all right. That weird fucking bit with the exercise machine, like, I kind of wish they went in that direction a bit more. And again, with the drug trip bit, if they just went a bit more just odd, instead of like, isn't it funny how we can't shake hands during COVID? And, you know, how people are in masks. Look at my daughter dancing.
Yeah.
It just... Judd, I don't know, Apatow, it just... If he's going to do stuff like this, I want him to go away. If he's going to do stuff like The King of Staten Island, or even Trainwreck, you know, just... But like, to be honest, if he's not writing the stuff, I'm more into it at this point. And it's because we don't need the perspective of Judd Apatow.
No, I think his perspective is gone now.
Yeah. I mean, because he doesn't have it. It's like he's got a famous wife, his daughters are famous. Like Maud Apatow's in that Euphoria, and apparently she's legitimately good in it.
I'm going to be honest. I thought Iris Apatow this was actually one of the better things in it. I thought she was fun. I thought she played that character quite well.
So I mean, but this is the thing. So now, like, you know, him and his extended family are famous. So do I have that much interest in what they have to say creatively? Well, or what he has to say creatively? Not particularly, because he spent the last 20 years just making his family famous and living in Hollywood. So now we get to watch him have his actress wife and actress daughter play actresses.
The thing is,
cool.
I think there's an argument to state that because he's not made that many films as a director. I think there's an argument to state that he's actually only made as a director one genuinely great movie, and then he's made more duds than he has goods. Yeah, absolutely he has. I mean, like, he's not directed a great film in 15, 20 years. I think I would say the only great film he's directed is The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, and then he had his kind of purple patch producing other things, and then he tried to... This is the thing, he did Funny People, and people didn't like it, and then he just kind of kept trying to go in that kind of, like, I'm a comedy guy, but I'm also a comedy auteur.
Funny People was 2 hours 25 minutes long.
Jesus fucking Christ. But I mean, this is the thing, it's like Adam McKay has basically gone, I'm not a comedy guy, I'm a drama guy with elements of comedy. And I don't know which one I'd prefer. It's sad to me that, you know, the mid-noughties, you had Judd Apatow doing The 40-Year-Old Virgin, you had Adam McKay doing Anchorman and Talladega Nights and Step Brothers. And now it kind of feels like they both feel like that material's beneath them. And to be fair, McKay more than Apatow, because at least Apatow is still making films that are out-and-out comedies and aren't necessarily about something.
Yeah, the thing is, I've liked The Big Short, Vice, and Don't Look Up. I've liked all of those. But if, and it won't happen now because of the relationship they have, but if, per se, let's say Will Ferrell and Adam McKay made friends and came out and they were like, we're doing just a fucking stupid comedy again, I would be a lot more fucking pumped for that than if it was one of the, you know, satire comedies that he does.
But this is the thing, Adam McKay won't do that now because he's an artist.
Yeah.
And when people don't like his art, he'll just say, well, people don't understand and they're being purposefully tetchy. I like Don't Look Up. I don't particularly like Adam McKay.
I will take Will Ferrell's side in all this because I still really like
and he fucked Will Ferrell over to be like on Winning Time. To be fair,
although I do kind of want to watch Winning Time, but it's a TV thing.
Apparently, it's not great though.
Yeah, but a lot of people tell me TV stuff's great, and then I also don't want to watch that. No, fair enough. Watch what you want to watch, but it's like the season, Winning Time. I don't think the season's even ended, and no one is talking about it. No, that's it. It's definitely something I'll watch one episode of and go, and then watch again.
Yeah. But, I mean,
like you did with Peacemaker.
Like I have done with Peacemaker. Yeah.
Oh shit. But I mean, this is it with the bubble. It's like, Judd Apatow is trying to make something funny,
but he's just not funny anymore.
No, he's lost him writing. He has lost that touch.
Yeah, one of the funniest bits in the movie is James McAvoy chasing down Karen Gillan because she's running.
That bit is good, actually.
That bit was good.
And it's just because it's James McAvoy.
Yeah, just the furious look on his face. Oh,
so, Becky, what do you think of the bubble?
Shit.
It's basically what we've been saying for the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I like David Duchovny in it, and I like Pedro Pascal in it when he wasn't acting opposite Maria Bakalova.
Is that because she's not very good? Why is she a thing?
I mean, yeah. But also, it was just a stupid fucking sub-storyline.
I agree.
Keegan-Michael Key's fine.
But in the most, he turned up.
Yeah. I actually didn't hate Nepotism Baby.
Iris?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought she was alright.
She was alright in it.
Yeah.
And the TikTok video scenes were actually quite funny.
The first one was.
Well, the second one, when Pedro Pascal then had like a heart attack, was quite funny.
I don't think it's funny. I don't find drug overdose funny, Rebecca.
Fair enough.
It's a serious condition.
No, it's just shit.
Are we all saying it's shit then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our audience poll: definitely not shit 23%, touching cloth 15%, and shit 62%.
Still not as shit as Morbius.
No, it's not as shit as Morbius. So go on then. Given the choice, guys, if you had to watch one of these again, would you watch Morbius again or The Bubble again?
I mean, I feel like the answer to that one for me is fairly obvious.
All right, Ian.
Morbius.
Yeah, Morbius, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think my issue with this, though, is it thinks it's fucking great and really clever and, like, really biting commentary on the pandemic and stuff like that, and it's just fucking not.
Yeah. Yep.
It's smug.
It is
smug's the fucking word.
Yeah, you're right, it is smug. Ian, what have you been watching?
So I got a couple of things to speak on. So yesterday, watched a film that I've been wanting to watch for a while, but I got this kind of thing about like not if I'm going to watch like the second, third, fourth part of a franchise, I'm going to like, watch them in order. And then I was like, do you know what? No one's fucking telling me I have to do that. Fuck it. So I watched Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Nice. I haven't watched that. That is probably the Die Hard that I have watched the least, but I really like it.
So it's 4K HDR on Disney Plus.
Ooh.
And it looks really good. So there's that. Die Hard with a Vengeance is fucking great. And it's the most fucking great when Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson are together. When they're not together, it's really good. But those two have got such a fucking great chemistry that, like, it's like at the end where it kind of like the plot is almost over and it's like, right, let's go get Simon. I'm so glad that Samuel L. Jackson's along for the ride as well. Even though Bruce Willis is doing all the heroic shit, Samuel L. Jackson is still there. It's also a pretty great New York movie. Goes to an awful lot of different like locations in New York, like so literally in the geographical sense, but also the supporting characters have all got stuff to do. So, you know, you've got Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson like doing their thing, but all the other cops around as well. Like there's like, an extended thing where Simon says that he's planted a bomb in a school when they identify the school, and then all those cops have got like specific actions, and it's like the chief he kind of starts being a ball breaker. Isn't really. He's just trying to do his job, and he quite likes John McClane. And like he gets his whole thing, and like the other detectives around like get their moments, and the whole kind of like the New York we're all in it together kind of thing that you do get in a lot of New York films is really present and correct with Die Hard with a Vengeance. So and I just love the fact as well. It's like the first one. You think it like they pretend that it's like a terrorism like thing, and they want to like free like terrorist prisoners, and it turns out it's all about money. And here, you're made to think it's all about getting revenge on John McClane, but then halfway through, it's like no, it's actually just about money. And I love that. I love how cynical it is. It just it's almost like it's kind of like. You could say it's retreading plot beats, but no, it's like John McTiernan's just going, yeah, but in the end of the day, everybody just wants more money, and it's like, well, yeah, you're right, actually, aren't you? So you go with it. So yeah, it's and I love the way that with the first one, you've got Ode to Joy, like turning up all the time, and there's little hints of that in the score here. But with Die Hard with a Vengeance, for some reason. They keep on doing the animals go in 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah, as the thing. And I'd forgotten about that. And it's just like, what?
I think we might need to watch this at some point the next week or so, then. It's been a long time, so much time with a Vengeance.
It's great. And just the fucking, when the taxi through Central Park bit, it's terrific. And just I love that, Die Hard, it's contained and it's claustrophobic. Here, they are darting around all over the fucking place. All over the place. The first, 45 minutes or so, where they're just kind of, having to do the Simon Says stuff, maybe even the first half, it's terrific and it's really propulsive. And I kind of wish the whole film was... that, but I understand why it's not.
Well, it was intentional, that wasn't it? They specifically didn't want it to all be in one place because Die Hard and Die Hard 2 were all in one place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was terrific. But my heart did sink at the end, where the credits come up and it's like, you watch this, you might like this. And it's just Justin Long smiling and Die Hard 4.0.
You don't know me at all.
No, yeah, and it's just no. So this is the thing when I'm like, if I was going to watch something, I'm going to watch the whole franchise. With this, it's like, no, I watch Die Hard every year. I've watched Die Hard 3. I could see Die Hard 3 going into the rotation. The rest of them,
not so much.
Two's good.
Yeah, two's alright. I probably do need to give 2 another
two's
go.
Two's better than... Every time you watch it, you go, this is better than I remember it being. But you've kind of got to squeeze it in around Christmas. And it's like, there are better movies that you could squeeze in at that point.
Yeah,
exactly. But, yeah, Die Hard 3, great. Just the whole, summer aspect of how hot it is as well. And, I mean, the opening fucking rules. It's just like, Die Hard with a Vengeance, 30 seconds in, there's an explosion and you're off to the races. Really, it just gets going straight away. It's fantastic. So, yeah. Also, for the first time in a long time, I watched Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah. So I'm gonna watch Army of Darkness and the Evil Dead remake. Blank Check are doing Sam Raimi in their Patreon. They're doing the Evil Dead remake next week, so there's a reason why I'm doing this. What?
You fucking love that podcast.
It rules though.
Honestly, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we kind of that we unofficially plug that podcast, which is great.
Yeah, no. I mean, absolutely. They're very good boys.
That is a very sincere thing. I'm not taking the piss there. It's a genuine thing. I like it. And plus,
it's great. I've listened to a lot of Blank Check, and I re-listened to it a lot as well. It's it's great, like running bit like jokes, but also really good analysis and decent guests and stuff. You know, so yeah.
But the other thing there is often you'll watch something and I'll go, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, no. I really, just really enjoyed my time with these, and I've been saying like over the last few years, it's like horror is something that has become a bit more of a thing to me as I get older, and I don't know. I think maybe because Lottie's getting older and she's her own person, and I'm less fearful of what might happen to her, but in other ways more. I don't know, but I kind of feel like I'm maybe getting my sea legs back a little bit. You know, because, I mean, she's not a baby anymore, so it's like things where, like, kids are in trouble and stuff like I'm not as, like, bothered about anymore, I suppose. But, so I go to The Evil Dead, and it's like, yeah, this film is fucking gnarly, and it's gross, and the tree rape bit is really fucking intense, and remains so. But it is fucking fun, and the gnarliness is entertaining. The fucking pen in the ankle and then twisting it around, or whatever it is. Maybe it's not a pen, but that bit is fucking gross, but I love it. And the dynamism of what is going on in that first one is just incredible. What they were doing on that budget is amazing. And it's just very pitch black dark at moments and very despairing film, but it's effective. But I don't know, weirdly I found it more just this is fun gnarly than I think I ever have before with The Evil Dead. Like, I just enjoyed it. Evil Dead 2 is just a fantastic action comedy.
Yep.
Like, that's all there is to it. You know, with obviously, with horror elements, obviously.
On the Blu-ray, and I'm assuming it'll be on if there's a 4K release of it, which I'm not sure if there is or not, there's a really good documentary about the making of that movie, but it focuses mainly on, like, the effects making of it.
Oh, the gore, the merry.
Yeah. And it's a fucking great documentary of just how much fun they had making all of these bits.
Because this is it. It's like they wanted to do the medieval Dead. And Dino De Laurentiis was like, no, make the first one again, but with bigger production value. And that's exactly what they did. Yeah, and it feels more setty, which I think is because the first one was location shooting, the second one was a set, so that does make sense. But it's like the camera feels more expansive. You know, the tree rape, they replaced that with just like her being dragged along by the vines and then fucking like slammed into a tree, which, you know, does land better. You know, I mean, this one's been reclassified in the UK as a 15. The Evil Dead is still an 18, and it's like I absolutely understand that delineation when you look at this one.
Oh yeah.
The goofiness of it, just like when Ash is fucking laughing and the fucking like deer head like turns around and she's doing its goofy laugh, and then the lamp starts laughing. It like fucking amazing. Ted Raimi as Henrietta is incredible. Like at the end when like Ash is fighting her, and then she just turns into the big fucking bird snake thing. Just, great. Yeah, I mean, it like that's the thing. It's like Evil Dead 2 feels like the film that they probably would have made if they had the budget for it the first time round.
Yep.
But that's fine, and I think they're both perfectly valid, like existing alongside each other as not necessarily like Evil Dead 2 being a sequel to Evil Dead is weird, considering the first 10 minutes is basically a loose remake of Evil Dead, except with half the characters. It feels more like a reboot, but they couldn't have just called it Evil Dead again. But yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic hour 25 or so, and then that ending. First, I mean, they mentioned it in the commentary. I remember the commentary from back in the day, but like the shot where Bruce Campbell lands in the past, and there's just obviously crash mats on the floor. Is amazing. They don't even try to hide it. It's great. But that ending is fantastic. It's such a what the fuck is going to happen now ending. And like Army of Darkness, I almost stuck that on last night instead of Die Hard with a Vengeance, but for some reason I just really wanted to watch Die Hard with a Vengeance, so I did. But I'm sure I'll be talking about Army of Darkness next week.
Nice. Any more?
Nah, that's it for me.
Bex, what have you been watching?
I haven't watched anything on my own.
Right, cool.
I've watched half of 2 movies on my own, so I'll finish them up and talk about them next time.
Solid.
Good effort.
I've watched The Breakup.
Okay.
Because it was mentioned on a podcast I was listening to, a football podcast, randomly.
Not the Blank Check podcast.
It wasn't the Blank Check, but I'll take that. It was on a football podcast I was listening to. Randomly, The Breakup came up. They were using it to describe Mo Salah's contract situation, and saying that it's like this thing that both people want the same thing to happen, but are pretending they want the other thing to happen. And that's basically what the breakup is. They're breaking up, but neither of them actually want to break up, and that's the whole thing about it. It's funny, The Breakup.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
It is. It's a funny movie, although Vince Vaughn is playing a little bit too much of a dick, so you kind of start rooting for Jennifer Aniston, and I don't think the film's trying to get you to do that. I think it's trying to get you to do the opposite. But it's funny. I also rewatched Transcendence.
How'd I watch this with you?
Well, you missed out. Because I've wanted to rewatch this for a while.
You've not suggested it.
Actually, I have. Because I remember we quite liked Transcendence, didn't we? And nobody else did. At all. I still quite like Transcendence. And still nobody else does at all.
I remember telling Mark Kermode years ago, people are going to reevaluate Transcendence in years to come. And he was like, no, they're not. You're an idiot. And he was right.
So far.
Yeah, I think he was probably right.
Because literally Wally Pfister has barely done anything since, at all. With the exception of a couple of episodes of TV.
Do you know what he directed? Yeah, he directed the pilot episode of The Tick. Starring Blank Check's Griffin Newman.
He's just weaving its way to the fabric of this show, this one, isn't it?
There you go.
I still quite like Transcendence. It's probably Johnny Depp's last good performance. You remember Kate Mara was a thing at one point. And what I did notice more in this watching of it,
she's now married to Jamie Bell, who guested on the Contact episode of Blank Check.
Well played. I noticed on this watch though how Rebecca Hall's character actually, as you get further into the movie, because it bounces round from it has a few leaps forward in terms of years, how her interactions with people that are real people become almost more kind of robotic throughout it, because the majority of her interactions are with essentially a living AI. And I was like, I'd never noticed that. but it's quite interesting sort of performance bit within it from Rebecca Hall, who should be in more. She should.
She should.
What did we watch together this week, Max? We only watched one film together that wasn't one of the What Is It films, wasn't it? I don't know what is it right now. Yeah.
You did do
so
it,
if anyone's doing Film Bastards Bingo, take a drink.
Yeah. We were struggling for something to watch last night, weren't we?
Yes, so I jokingly suggested something, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fourth kind.
The fourth kind.
Films.
Which Noel has been critical of you of this evening.
Yes, he has.
Has he?
Yes.
On the boy chat?
Yeah, go on in.
Noel screen grabbed Mark's 1-star letterboxed entry, circled rewatched, and said, "Mark, I love you, I do. I just don't know if I'll ever understand you." Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's perfectly reasonable. Yeah, we watched The Fourth Kind, knowing that it's shit.
I don't think I remembered quite how shit.
Well, I don't remember how shit, but I remember it being shit. It's really, it's painful how shit this movie is. The fact that the whole premise of the film starts with Mila Jovovich coming out and saying that it's based around facts, and whether or not you believe them or not, that's up to you. But the film
it's
is
all real footage,
spliced in with real footage, and then the film footage that they've done for the dramatisations. You're like, no, it's not real footage. It's all dramatisations. It's fucking awful.
It's not great.
But what's mental is Olatunde Osunsanmi, the writer-director of it, has now gone on to have a really successful TV career, directing TV bits.
Yeah.
Really successful. Like, he's directed episodes of Sleepy Hollow, did a lot of episodes of Star Trek Discovery.
STD?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. So, yeah. I will never understand why I keep doing this to myself, but I will also keep doing it to myself.
Yeah, you will, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we couldn't be bothered to learn the children's names, so we just called them Fake Blind and Nose, didn't we?
Yeah, Fake Blind and the Nose Kid.
Yeah. No, not the Nose Kid. We just called him Nose.
Yeah, that fucking hell of a conquer on that boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
No, it's not poor kid, it's his fault he was in that film. Yeah, that film is terrible. Please don't watch it. Questions. Our question for you this week is: which computer game would you love to see a movie adaptation of? Andrew McCartan says Splinter Cell. That would make a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not played it.
No, but you aware of it.
I'm aware of it.
I swear Tom Hardy was supposed to be in a Splinter Cell film.
Was it Doug Liman directed as well?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that was a thing for a while, yeah, and then it just never happened. Rick Kidd says, fair stereotypical answer, Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption, although a fairly gnarly version of Manhunt could be fun.
Yeah, fun. One of the most harrowing things of all time. Tomato.
Yeah, fair play. Craig Dawson, Road Rash 3. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I could see like a Justin Lin fucking Road Rash movie. That'd be really fucking fun.
It could start like a Fast and Furious style Road Rash franchise.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. I
Don't know why they've done that yet.
love Road Rash.
Road Rash was fucking great.
Yeah.
Road Rash was a great game. Did you ever play the arcade game of it?
Yeah.
Were you on the actual bike?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking beautiful,
That's
that.
good, yeah. I wasn't as good at that as the other one.
No, me neither. I fell off it once.
Oh, no.
Like too vigorously went on a corner
Yeah.
and tied myself up
Wow.
it. I wasn't even on the inside. I was on the outside as the inside, so I smacked my face at the other one.
Ouch.
Yeah. I was in hospital a lot when I was a child. Gareth Clark says, I always like the idea of a Metal Gear Solid film, but it probably wouldn't work. The idea of the main character hiding in a locker for 5 minutes at a time, the dumb guard aimlessly wandering around looking for him, probably isn't cinematic. Isn't there like a Metal Gear Solid like animated film or something like that, or have I just imagined that?
I don't know.
No, I mean, Oscar Isaac's been talking for years about it, and that Jordan Vogt-Roberts guy has been talking about it, but they never seem to be able to get it off the ground. It's like, there's so much fucking mythology with Metal Gear. Like, I played the first few hours of Metal Gear Solid 2 a few months back, and my god, there's a lot going on with that.
It's a weighty one, isn't it?
Yeah, like I don't think I agree. I don't think you could adapt it, to be honest. Like, maybe it would be as a TV series, sure, but it would be like the most expensive TV series of all time.
So look forward to not being able to find it on Amazon in 2 years' time.
Yeah, exactly. Like Fallout, like they're doing the fucking Fallout TV series where you'll have to fucking go to a bridge troll and answer its riddles free in order to watch it.
Andrew Jones says Street Fighter the movie, the game.
Which, it's fuck's sake, yeah.
Fair enough, actually, on that. Anything come to your mind, Bex?
Would it be too snippy to say The fucking Last of Us?
Well, that's
the TV series is coming, isn't it?
Yeah, but it should have been a movie. Actually, no, it'll work as a TV series.
It will work as a TV series. Yeah.
BioShock, I'd like to see them do something with BioShock, but I don't know whether there's a lot in there.
Yeah, Netflix are.
Doing, are they?
Are they?
We had a conversation about it.
Did we?
On Bastards about a month or so ago.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, a couple months back. Yeah.
I think Streets of Rage.
That would be good.
It's like a fucking...
I've got one.
Go on.
Actually, I've got two.
Go on.
I want Mario Kart because I want John Bernthal as his character in King Richard as Luigi. If you haven't seen King Richard, just Google John Bernthal King Richard and tell me that he couldn't be Luigi.
Yeah, he could.
But Super Bomberman.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Now, basically, people forced into arenas where they have to blow other people up in order to survive.
Can I also add Speedball, but I want it to be the cast of Rollerball, not
Hell
the James
yeah.
Caan one. I want Chris Klein in Speedball.
Was it Chris Klein, Rebecca Romaine and LL Cool J?
It was Chris Klein, Rebecca Romaine and Ladies Love Cool James.
Hell yeah.
Right. Questions that we've had asked. Ricky, I watched Boiling Point on Netflix last week, which was a good but anxiety-inducing 90 minutes. What are the best films which you endure rather than enjoy?
Thomas Vinterberg's The Hunt.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say that one.
Requiem for a Dream.
That's just my all-timer.
Yeah.
All-timer.
I want to watch that. Still haven't watched it because of how just uncomfortable you say it is, and I'm very much like I don't know that I don't know why I would sit myself down into that. Into that.
You'll be fine with it because the weirdest fucking shit is like water off a duck's back to you.
maybe I'll give it a go this week. And we'll see. What's yours? Bet yours.
Requiem for a Dream's up there, obviously. But the French movie Them is one for me as well.
Yeah, you have a thing about home invasions, don't you?
Fuck.
Really fucks me up, that film.
Yeah.
What are mine, Bex?
I don't know, you don't really get bothered by them, do you?
No. And that's not like a machismo thing or anything like that. It's not a thing like that. It's just they don't tend to. Yeah, I don't know on that. No, I don't know on that. I usually enjoy most things. Most fucked up shit.
And then rewatch it. Even if I think it's shit. Andrew Jones, with Nancy Myers getting a big Netflix grant to build a new kitchen and a movie around it, what mid-budget writer-director, or just director or writer separately, would you want to see get the comfort of streaming to make naughty cinema again?
I don't know, because Nancy Myers is such a specific one for this. Because it's like I would be tempted to say Michael Mann, because, you know, like Tokyo Vice is coming out, but he only directed the first episode, so it almost feels like he's almost like a bit of a jobber. Whereas I'd like Netflix to go, here's $100 million, go nuts. And he can make another film about how soy futures affect the world markets.
Can I be incredibly specific?
Yeah, please.
Right? I just want somebody at Netflix who gets to make these crazy decisions, right? To go, you know, we had $150 million sat in our pockets waiting to make Bright 2. And I go, yeah. And go, well, you know, we're not making it anymore. Yeah. Can we just give Joe Carnahan $150 million to make the sequel to the A-Team? Everyone at Netflix just go, why the fuck not? We'll do that else with it, are we?
Okay, no, yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely up for that. But also, get Neville Dean Taylor back together. Let's have a Crank 3.
Yeah, that's a solid one, yeah. Or Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. Each give them a shitload of money and get them to just do fucking Step Brothers 2. Oh, and Craig Dawson says, question, when will Becky be at the same volume as Ian back in the mix?
Oh, we're doing that, are we? Okay.
And Mark doesn't angle the coffee table towards himself so that it's too far away from me. If I sit back...
It's lies!
Punch forward.
I will say as well, I know there's a couple of people out there who will probably be very glad that we haven't heard the cat tonight.
Why did it get mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the cat has been quiet tonight.
He's a sleepy bear.
He's a sleepy bear. He's just asleep right now.
Yeah, I wasn't aware it was an issue. I'll hunch in future.
Going to affect your posture for the podcast. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I'll prop loads of cushions.
Suffer for your art.
Yeah. Mark will still be comfortable because he angles everything towards himself.
That's bullshit. What are we covering next week, Ian?
So we're going to be doing Sonic 2. We'll have a catch-up review of Sonic 2. I don't know if there's anything coming out on streaming this weekend that we can talk about, but like I say, I'll be in Spain.
There's that Richard Linklater movie that actually came out last week.
Oh shit, Apollo 10.5.
Yeah.
I've got that downloaded on my iPad. Yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah, I think we should watch that. Looks fun.
Sweet. There we go.
Right.
And for patrons, we'll be talking about Total Recall.
Nice. Right. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Thank you very much for joining me, Rebecca.
Thank you very much, Matt.
And thank you very much, Ian.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And we shall speak to you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.